So, this is my story of how I found a bicycle that needed a lot of repair, and I found this wonderful place in downtown Urbana called The Bike Project. I joined it, and here I'm walking into it one of the first times. You can see all the bikes for sale, bikes for repair, and a great workshop back here that you can find. This bike starts out with from Colin here, and there's two gentlemen involved, Colin and Bill Volna, shown here. Colin gave me this bike frame that had been damaged, and I got it up to Minneapolis, and my friend Bill there repaired the threads on it so that I could install what's called a lower bracket. Here I'm putting the lower bracket in. Oh, well, look at that, it's going the wrong way. Hey, you gotta remember, lower brackets kind of have reverse threads. So one side you gotta wind the other way, tighten it up as shown here, and then the other one you wind in that way. Oh, it's always nice. There's a lot of parts here, and they really welcome you if you do return them to where they were. You're welcome to come take what you can. You're also welcome to return them. Another important part about this bike shop is there's lots of spare parts, lots of used parts that you can use. And they're piled up here in various bins and trays and systems. You see tires, cranks, brake pedals, and so on, brake systems. Here I'm going through looking for a crank right now and trying to pick one out. Not sure what color I liked. Oh, and another important part about it is they have a nice cleaning station here that cleans these parts up. Here I am installing this crank as this goes on, and turn that nut in and putting one in on the other side there. I don't exactly know what that part's called, but it's the other half that holds the other half of the pedal on. Oh, here we are looking for pedals. So you see there's a small marginal fee for all the different parts that one can get. And you kind of pick through them, see what you like, see if you can find some matching pairs. It's kind of lots of different choices to go on. And here we are, look at that. We found the parts, and now we have a turning crank on that bike. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, it's putting in the seat post. I did buy a new seat for this from another vendor nearby here, and they like to put a little grease on everything. So you gotta put a little grease on it because you know what? They plan that things are going to be coming apart at some point. Oh, here we're putting in the fork, and oh, these are fancy little spacers here that were needed. Had to go to another shop to get there, about $3 a piece. Those expensive parts like that are you have to probably go get them yourself, although a lot of parts are available. And here we're kind of finishing off this, what's it called, a headless, threadless set. So, and here's the, oh, what is this? The handlebar. The handlebar we found. Another one of those. You see it's a mountain bike. Oh, here we go, trying to put parts on. It's a little crazy, isn't it? Doesn't fit. What am I going to do? I'm trying to get this on here. So, you know what? You know, I always repair things. In fact, that's the big thing about the bike project, is everything is fit in, even though it's a little bit older parts. They're all designed and built, and you make them fit exactly the way you need to, and they come out very functional. You repair them to original quality of the bike. Oh, and here I found some rims. Put those on. Starting to look a little more like a bike now. And there's the headset for this. Oh, I found a couple inner tubes too. You can find some used inner tubes. If you checked them, there's no holes in them. And also some used tires. Now you might wonder why you put used tires on a bike, but you know, it says something about yourself, and it kind of says something about what your expectations are, I guess. You know, thinking about things. But what you might be doing with used tires. So here we are finally installing the wheel with the tire on it. And oh, here's a missing part. Oh, I had to go find this part. This is called a derailleur hanger. And this is designed actually to break, and I think that's part of what happened when things went bad with Colin and the bike before. So I had to go get that part, but now I did have a derailleur. It was mounted on there, and you see turn that in, and this derailleur is kind of what moves the chain over from one sprocket to the next on the back gear there. There's 8 gears on that wheel. And there's a derailleur for the front part too. There was 3 gears on the front axle that I picked out, front crank. Now you pick out a new wheel or a chain, and they start having to adjust it so it fits in. There's a special little tool to take out a link in the chain. So it's showing here is trying to do that. And you can see as we put the chain together, it's still kind of hitting the bottom of the derailleur. So you got to take out another link. In fact, I was quite careful about this. Friends kind of came help me. We kind of did it one step at a time, and ended up taking out 2 links to get it done. And here we go, showing the whole chain being put back together. And look at how it switches and shifts gear there. Very well. All the little adjustments on that derailleur had to be done. And here we go. Here's now putting in the derailleur adjustment. Shifter lever as it's called, and then getting the handle grips on there, and then putting in the brake handles. So here we're installing the cable that goes back to the derailleur, and fitting that through the black tube, and getting in little holdings. You know, this frame has nice little holders there to hold where the cable goes. There's the derailleur cable. Now it's being mounted here right to the bottom of the derailleur, and now we should have a shifter. We can try to shift. You can see, here we go, we start pushing on that lever, and it shifts that chain up and down. It's really exciting when you see, if you put something together like this and it actually works. Things work. It's really fun. Well, when they don't work, then there's other people around to kind of take the blame and maybe help you make it work. But here we are putting on the brake cable, fitting that brake cable into this, and had a little help here as well, trying to adjust that. You know, brakes have lots of little adjustments to them. When they work great, they work great. When they don't work, there's a dozen reasons why there's little adjustments there. And here we're putting on the last, the back brake. Cable is adjusted through that green sleeve there, and fitting that in. And now making a little adjustment. Actually, I had a little problem here with this. I couldn't quite get this brake adjusted very well as we were putting it together. Finally found out that nut, you can see it kind of sits too far down. It wasn't really the right nut for this. So the solution was a washer. Found a washer that fit into that bolt, and then things all fit together tight, and I was able to adjust this back rear brake system. Here's a little screw that wasn't working before. Now I can make an adjustment. And that screw helps you fit that thing together. Oh, the last thing you got to do is, of course, cut the cables. You never know where you should cut those cables, because if you cut it wrong, you might have ruined a $2 brake cable there. So you pick a spot and you kind of make a cut. And you put a little clamp, a little cover over there, and you crimp that down, and oh, there's our finished bike, and it's thank yous galore.
No.